My name is Laura Rain. I was 35 when I finally understood something brutal. Betrayal doesn't always shout. Sometimes it smiles at you across a dinner table. It happened at a rooftop restaurant in Vancouver. White tablecloths, glass walls, expensive people pretending money had always loved them. My stepsister Megan was celebrating her engagement. I wasn't invited because I was family. I was invited because I was expected to pay. She said it out loud. In front of everyone. Go sit somewhere else, she said casually. This table is for family. Not adopted girls. People laughed. Not nervously, comfortably. My adoptive mother smiled like this was normal. My father suddenly became fascinated by his phone. Megan's fiancé smirked and looked away. Then the waiter placed the folder in front of me. $3,100. Champagne, appetizers, imported wine, celebration. I looked at the total. And paid it. Calmly, quietly, without arguing. And that's when they made their mistake. Because when someone pays one last time, it isn't weakness. It's closure. When the payment went through, Megan jumped up. Wait, you're not just leaving, are you? Too late. I was already standing. Outside, the wind cut through my coat, sharp and clean. Inside, something finally clicked into place. Through the glass, I watched them raise their glasses. Laugh. Celebrate. I held the receipt in my hand. Not paper. A contract. The price of my silence for 8 years. The turn. My phone exploded on the ride home. You embarrassed us. You're being dramatic. Come back and apologize. We need the card for the deposit tomorrow. That's when I understood. They weren't upset about me. They were terrified about losing access. I blocked them all. And for the first time in years, the noise stopped. The truth. People love asking why victims of financial abuse stay. They think we're weak. Or naive. I wasn't. I'm a financial analyst. I understand systems, structures, flow. That night, I opened a folder on my laptop I'd been updating for years. I had named it simply, expenses. In reality, it was a ledger of exploitation. Line after line. Emergency loan for brother. Help with business. Family trip. Temporary support. Just until next month. Car repairs. Vacations. Jewelry. Tuition. Rent. Even their luxury holidays. 6 figures. I hadn't been living my life. I had been funding theirs. I wasn't a daughter. I was a budget. The call. The next morning, an unknown number rang. Laura, a woman said calmly. You don't know me. I'm your biological father's sister. Silence. You've been robbed. For a very long time. She asked me to meet her at a law office. What I learned there shattered everything. My biological parents hadn't died broke. They left me a trust. Assets. Investments. A future. Management of that trust had been handed to my adoptive parents. And they stole it. For years. They forged reports. Redirected funds. Paid themselves. Paid for their lifestyle. Their image. Their golden child. The engagement dinner. Paid with my money. My inheritance. The woman slid a folder across the table. Inside were bank statements. Legal filings. Withdrawal histories. 7 figures. My hands shook. Not from fear, but from clarity. They hadn't just used me. They had built their entire life on my silence. The confrontation. The next morning, they were hosting a brunch at a private country club. Same smiles. Same champagne. Same performance. This time, I didn't come alone. My lawyer walked beside me. The room fell quiet the moment we entered. My mother rushed forward, panic already leaking through her smile. What are you doing here? My lawyer spoke before I could. This is a formal notice of asset freeze and criminal complaint for fraud and embezzlement. Silence. My father dropped his glass. My stepsister froze mid-bite. The accounts are frozen as of this morning, the lawyer continued. Your properties, business accounts, and access to trust funds are suspended pending investigation. My father stammered. That money was ours. We raised her. I stepped forward. You didn't raise me. You charged me. The room started murmuring. My sister's face twisted in panic. What do you mean frozen? She snapped. The vendors need to be paid. The wedding. There is no money, I said calmly. The well is dry. She turned to our mother, horrified. You told me it was mine. And that's when it happened. My mother tried to silence her, but it was too late. You said she owed us, Megan screamed. You said her parents left the money for us. The room went dead. People stared. Connections broke in real time. Her fiancé slowly let go of her hand. The truth had slipped out. Ugly, loud, undeniable. They hadn't just taken my money. They had taught her to feel entitled to it. Final monologue. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't need revenge. I just stopped paying. Justice doesn't always arrive with sirens. Sometimes it comes in envelopes and court stamps. If you feel guilty every time you say no. If love in your life comes with invoices. If support only flows in one direction. That isn't family. That's extraction. And the moment you stop funding it, the whole illusion collapses. I paid my final bill that night. And I never looked back.